CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report.
And welcome back to our New York studio and the Verizon Halftime Report. It is a network that America relies on. JB, along with Phil, Coach Nate, and Boomer, and the highlights.
Let's go. The Ravens at the Jaguars. Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence connects with Marvin Jones with a 10-yard pass to the end zone for the score. 2-point conversion is good. Jacksonville leads, and then with 2 seconds left, Justin Tucker with a chance to win the game misses a 67-yard field goal attempt. Jacksonville wins 28-26.
What a game between the Bengals and the Titans. Guys in Tennessee, Joe Burrow's going to find T. Higgins for a 27-yard touchdown late in the second half. Bengals are going to go on to win 20-16. Both teams are 7-4.
Tampa Bay and the Browns went into overtime, and it was Nick Chubb right here taking it from 3 yards out to finish it off, and the Browns win 23-17 in Jacoby Brissett's last win before Deshaun Watson takes over next week.
Houston Texans, Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa had himself a day. Here he is working the pocket like he's looking for loose change, which is fitting because he drops a dime right to Durham Smythe for the 4-yard touchdown. His day would end in the third quarter, and the Houston Texans had a long one. But the Dolphins win 30-15.
You know who had a day? Mike White had a day.
Sure did.
Backup quarterback,
Yes.
now the QB1 for the New York Jets. He threw for 315 yards, 3 touchdowns. This one to Elijah Moore, 2 to Garrett Wilson. And the Jets roll over the Bears for a smiling Rob Saleh, 31-10.
How about Taylor Heineke and the Washington Commanders? He had 2 touchdown passes on the day. This one goes to John Bates from 16 yards out. The Commanders go to 7-5, and they've won 6 of their last 7 games.
Broncos at the Panthers. Takes to the right, fumbles the ball. He recovers it on the 1-yard line, then rolls into the end zone for a touchdown and put him up 17-3. Russell Wilson getting yelled at or encouraged by Mike Purcell. Panthers win 23-10. Raiders at the Seahawks. Raiders running back Josh Jacobs. Stiff arm, dodges some people. What's he do? Runs for a 30-yard touchdown there. Las Vegas, 24-20 over Seattle at half.
Okay, Rams at Chiefs. You know, it's been a long year for Sean McVay.
Oh,
There's Sean Jolly almost breaking his jaw.
Biggest hit of the day.
How about Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes? All he does is throw touchdown passes, and this one is going to be a 39-yarder, and it's going to be to Travis Kelce.
He's open again, bro.
He's always open. He's always open. Chiefs lead 10-3 at halftime.
3-0 in San Francisco, 4th and 1, decide to go for it. And Jimmy G says, I'm going to take it in myself. But you know what? Shy Tuttle says, no, you're not. Stops him right there. But they still have a 3-0 lead over New Orleans Saints. You talk about the first half, and I'll tell you, Kyler Murray is back in the lineup. You can see what makes him so special. He's got a great relationship here with DeAndre Hopkins. Watch this, the anticipation, middle of the field open, gets behind the linebacker. And how about DeAndre Hopkins? The sense of the defender coming in there, is able to finish that off right there. Kyler Murray doing his magic right now in the first half of this game. You can see 11-17. The extension he's done with the running, with the 38 yards rushing. He has the 1 interception. But I'll tell you what, he's been the spark in this Arizona offense.
I will say that, you know, after a slow start, Justin Herbert really got it going.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, you know, they need this win. They cannot lose this game. The Bengals won a tough game on the road today. Baltimore lost. There's a lot of 7-4 teams in the AFC. Right now at 5-5, the Chargers have some way, somehow, have got to come back and win this game in the second half.
2 guys I have to admit I don't talk about enough. DeAndre Carter, the wide receiver for the Chargers. I always talk about the big fellas that Justin Herbert can throw to, but he's a guy that makes plays. And then when it comes to the defense, Derwin James. But let's get back to this offense. Here's Justin Herbert. Just check out the patience in the pocket, delivering balls on time with anticipation, knowing where your wide receivers are, and getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Of course, having Keenan Allen back on field. He looks fast. That's what we call fresh legs. And this sliding to the left, knowing where DeAndre Carter is. And, hey, Mr. Carter getting in the end zone. But Herbert, as we said, when he is comfortable in that pocket, he can grip it and rip it with the best of them, Phil.
Well, yeah, we talked about Justin Herbert earlier today. He throws with power and touch.
Yeah.
Really unique for a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. But watch this game. Kyler Murray running the football. James Conner having success running the football. And you're right. When Kyler Murray's back in there, it brings a lot of energy to the football team, and they need it.
Yeah, and how about J.J. Watt? I mean, he looks like he's found the youth. I mean, another sack again today. And you're right. When Kyler Murray's in the game, the electricity and everything that goes off, the improvisation that he shows when he gets out of the pocket and the decision-making is just one thing we've always wanted to say about him. But, man, he's an electric player. He's fun to watch.
The one thing I got to say about today's 1 o'clock games, this Mike White game at the Meadowlands in the rain, thrown for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns. I think he basically solidified himself as the starting quarterback for the New York Jets and certainly validates what Rob Saleh thought earlier in the week.
You know what I say? You're white about that.
So just to be clear, we're saying that was an encouraging word that Russell Wilson got from the lineman?
Yeah.
Always.
That's right.
The Verizon Halftime Report continues.
You the man.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report, the network America relies on. CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report.
And welcome back to our New York studio and the Verizon Halftime Report. It is the network that America relies on. JB, along with Coach Phil, Nate, Boomer, and the highlights.
Ravens at the Jaguars. Exciting game today, no doubt. Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence connects with Marvin Jones with a 10-yard pass in the end zone for the score. The two-point conversion is good. And then Justin Tucker with 2 seconds left, 67-yard field goal attempt. It is no good. Jacksonville wins 28-27.
Rough and tumble game down in Tennessee as the Bengals are visiting the Titans. How about Joe Burrow throws a 27-yard touchdown pass to T. Higgins late in the game, gives Cincy a 2013 win. They hang on to win 20-16 over the Titans.
Tampa Bay and Cleveland was in Cleveland, went to overtime, and right here you see Nick Chubb from 3 yards out, taking in for the winning score. The Browns win 23-17. Remember, Deshaun Watson will be back in the lineup for the Cleveland Browns next week.
Houston Texans, Miami Dolphins. How about Tua Tagovailoa working the pocket like he's looking for loose change, which is fitting because watch this dime he drops to Durham Smythe for the 4-yard TD. He would take off the helmet in the third quarter. It was a long day for the Texans, a great day for the Dolphins, who win 30-15.
Okay, the Bears at the Jets, driving rainstorm. All Mike White did. The new starting quarterback of the Jets go 22 of 28, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns. That one to Elijah Moore, 2 others to Garrett Jones. They go on to win 31-10 for a smiling Rob Saleh.
Washington Commanders, maybe the hottest team in the NFL, led by Tyler Haneke. He had 2 touchdown passes. The Washington Commanders go to 7-5 and have won 6 of their last 7 games.
Surging, Coach.
Broncos at the Panthers. Sam Darnold runs to the right, fumbles the ball. He recovers it, rolls into the end zone from 1 yard out for the touchdown. And then Russell Wilson, just another rough day, saying we need some encouragement. He got it from Mike Purcell. Panthers win 23-10.
Not a good look.
Chargers, Cardinals, the score 14-10. Chargers up, and Kyler Murray says, you know what, I'll just do it myself. When he gets to scurrying and hurrying, Murray is hard to handle. He has 1 TD, and they are up 17-14.
Things not going good for the Rams. Sean Jolly runs over his coach and almost breaks Sean McVay's jaw. But things are always going right for the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Who's he look for? His favorite receiver, that's Travis Kelce, 39 yards for the touchdowns. Chiefs lead 10-3 at half over the Rams.
San Francisco up 3-0, 4th and 1 at the 1. Kyle Shanahan says, let's go for it. Play action, but Jimmy G goes, I'm going in there, and no. Shy Tuttle says, you ain't going anywhere. So it's still 3-0 right now, San Francisco over New Orleans.
Okay, guys, Derek Carr. We got a little bit of good Derek Carr. We got a little bit of bad Derek Carr. Doesn't start off so good. The first ball he throws is going to be intercepted by Seattle Diggs, and it's going to be taken back inside the red zone. But then Derek Carr comes back. You know, Phil and I both know this. You're going to have a short memory. He finds that bullet for a touchdown pass down the right sideline. That was a great pass. There's a little trickeration right here, a little Y Hyde out of the backfield. And here you see another touchdown pass. Pretty good first half. The one thing you always want to try to stay away from, as we all know, are these interceptions and turnovers. But he certainly made up for it. 13 of 18, 150, and 2 touchdowns for him. You know, and the other thing, Geno Smith on the other side kind of felt like he didn't play that great.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect this score to be as high as it is right now. But, man, this should be an exciting second half.
And you can describe Geno Smith's game the same way. A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. We saw a couple of interceptions that he got away with that the Raiders dropped, but then he came back and dropped that absolute dime to Tyler Lockett. I believe this game is going to come down to the 2 quarterbacks taking care of the rock. So whoever can go out there and play that mistake-free game in the second half will lead their team to victory.
And I think you look at the right now, the defense right now, the Raiders have shut down Kenneth Walker in the running game right now. And I'll tell you, that's been a big factor in this game because the defense has not been showing up for the Raiders. And if they can get some defense along with the way Derek Carr's playing right now, I tell you, Josh Jacobs, the way he can run, that's the team that Josh McDaniel was hoping to develop.
Raiders know how to get in the lead. They just have a hard time hanging on there. But you're right.
That's a fact.
28 yards rushing. They only gave up to Kenneth Walker and that, Josh Jacobs. Once again, the Raiders, they throw it pretty well. You're right. Derek Carr came back from a tough start with those interceptions. But Josh Jacobs, he'd be the MVP of the team to me, along with Max Crosby. He runs it in there hard every week. and has success.
Garoppolo to Jennings accounts for San Francisco leading at 10-0 now. You know what? Help me understand. What is it that Kelsey does to get so open all the time?
He's always open.
You know,
I don't know what it is. I mean, they do a great job of scheming and getting him one-on-one with linebackers and safeties.
He just has athletic feel for the sport.
That's right.
Football, I'm sure he does it. Everything he played growing up, he just has that knack.
He's a receiver masquerading as a tight end.
There it is. The Verizon halftime report will continue after this.
Nate's jealous.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report, the network America relies on. CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report, the network America relies on and the official 5G network of the NFL.
It's week 12 in the NFL. Lawrence throwing to the end zone. Marvin Jones looking left, throws left, and it's caught. Tua to the end zone. Touchdown. Burrow uncorks it. End zone. Touchdown. Walker to the end zone. Touchdown. Taking into the end zone. Touchdown.